Hi everyone, it's Angelina, Sparkling Diva, with another reading for you. Let's see if I can get the camera. Oh, it is focusing, I think. This reading is on how can you make a living, support yourself in a way that, makes you a bit happier. I'm going to make you choose. I'm going to tell you a bit more about it, but I want to sit down. And then I have to put the camera in the stand. So I'm first gonna let you choose, see the cards. This is number 1, scarlet, number 2, yellow, number 3 is orange. So you can make your choice, or just pause the video if you need more time. Then I'm gonna pause it myself now so I can put it in the stand. Right, so we're back. I'm not certain if I can show you. I felt like putting my raven skull with this reading, and I have underneath that section there is another altar cloth. It's always there with crystals that I want to keep near, but I always cover them up when I do a reading because they're personal crystals. Right, and I want to keep them personal. But my raven skull, it was supposed to be black obsidian. I don't think it actually is, because there is this greyish stuff in its eye socket, but I like it nonetheless. So well, it wants to be here. I have no idea why. Raven used to be my totem animal, my power animal for a few years on end. That's when I got the skull in as well. And well, we're going to start the reading in a minute. The reason why I wanted to sit down before doing it is because I've been working in the garden, and I've seriously been working my bum off, so my muscles are actually trembling. My my bum muscles, yes, as well, my buttocks and my arm muscles. But I managed to get rid of a lot of weeds, and then in a minute I'm going to plant these soooo seeds. It's a mixture that is supposed to attract butterflies. I want butterflies, more butterflies in my garden. So that's what I'm going to do after this reading. But we're going to start with it first. Like I said, it is about how you can support yourself, make a living, what kind of thing would fit you to, make you happy or suit your personality. Don't expect to hear that it's going to be a carpenter or a nurse or an office worker, whatever, because well, there are a gazillion different types of jobs, and I can't do that. Well, it is possible, I guess, but not with a 3-card reading. So this is more about the general general dynamics. Well, let's start here with the numbers 1 that chose the scarlet. Attract success. Interesting. Anyhow, I have cards from the what's this called again? Ascended Masters, I think. Oh no, Angel Therapy Oracle cards. Angel Therapy. I want to move these out of the way. Bit more space because I've got too many cards. Crystals, they came out in a different order like that. We have crystals, Ascended Masters, cut your cords. Then we have 3 tarot cards and also 3 Lenormand cards. I will show them to you in a minute. I'm running out of space. The first thing I felt with this is that it's quite a higher position. Why do I say that? The Ascended Masters, I feel that well, this is like Jesus on top of here, on the top. This is Kuan Yin, and there's a number of other Ascended Masters here, and I feel you are this person, Kuan Yin. So maybe also her characteristics like compassion and love, but mostly what I feel is there's also this structure. This reminds me of the tower and hierarchy. And well, you're not at the top, so you're not running a business. You're not the director or owner or whatever, but you're also not one of the employees. You're well, you are, because you're in the middle, but not the the common employee, so to speak. You're higher up. You're like a manager, for instance, a higher position, and you are kind of like a bridge builder. So it doesn't mean to say that you will be indeed or should be a manager within a company. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. It's more like being a bridge builder, a mediator, the one who connects the different tiers of a company. So there can also be that this is a business and these are clients, and you work with the clients. You connect the clients with the tops of the company. So a mediator, a bridge builder, a connector of people, and it also requires great skills in that sense, which is logical, because you're working with all these people, all these different employees or clients, and they all are different cultures here in this card. But you can also see them, well, maybe literally different cultures. But it can also be people from different backgrounds, people with different views and ideas, different norms and values, and or different trades and skills, and you have to make a team out of that. You have to work with or if it's not like with a team of employers, and you are sort of like the manager, then it's more like you work with clients. Now I had the word in my head and I lost it. All different kinds of clients. They're not the same. They're all from different. They all have their own story. They all have their different backgrounds. They're all different people. So it's not the same. Not like you work with, let's say bookkeepers all the time. No, maybe it's a bookkeeper, and then it's a plumber, and then it's a housewife, and then it's a director of a company, and it's all different. It changes, and you have that ability to juggle that all and to work with all these different people, different views and opinions, and you can do that. You have that skill. That's why you're in that position. But you are higher up. You are higher up. So in this reading, right? Maybe that's not what you're doing now, but that's what would make you happier, or what you could do, what you really could do. And this crystals. Well, maybe you happen to like crystals, but I again see this mediator, this bridge builder, this connector in here, because if you look at her arms and her hands, she's reaching out to the heavens and to the earth. She's connecting heaven and earth, and it all flows through her. So she is like a conduit, basically. So this is like this Jesus here, the top, and the people here. So again, it's a similar thing. And also because crystals, I'm shaking, I think that's because my muscles are overworked from digging in the garden. Also crystals, crystal clear, bringing clarity. That's what you do as well. You combine things, or you can bring clarity to these people. Make them happy. Maybe you should work with people who are unhappy about the situation, and then you come in and you solve the problem, you ease the problem, you make them happy again. And that can be in various settings, but you also you bring clarity, and that means that you are strong, balanced inside. Otherwise you cannot do that. Otherwise you cannot be in that position. So you have to be balanced yourself as well to be able to do that, to channel all these energies and to deal with that. And that's also why it's important that you cut cords in that sense, get rid of negativity, don't take it home with you. But also, again, I see here the sword, and it's touching that light. So inside Again, bringing clarity. You have the clarity. You can touch that clarity with the tip of the sword, and then it flows through you. And then you bring that light from here. You bring that in the darkness there. So maybe you, well, let's say that if you work with people who have issues, who need clarity, who need help, who need guidance, then they're sort of fumbling in the dark, so to speak, not literally of course, but they're sort of fumbling in the dark, and you bring them clarity, you bring them light, you bring them hope. But that's just one setting, that's just one example. Yeah, I can give you a gazillion examples. I'm not going to do that because then this will take too long. I just hope that what I'm saying here, these general dynamics, will trigger something in you, because most of the time you already know what it is that you actually want to do. You already know what your skills are, your abilities, your you know, what inspires you. So then hearing this can, and I hope it does, trigger you to, wow, that's it, bang, that fits in this picture, that is my dream, my passion. That's what I'm hoping to achieve with this reading. And then here we have the Three of Wands and the Hanged Man and the Tower. And the funny thing is that when I drew this card, I felt that this was like a tower. And now we have the tower. We have the tower there. Let me see this. I actually want to have the tarot cards, the Lenormand cards here with it to explain this properly. Let's see. So the Lenormand cards, I hope you can see them. There's the house, the tower, and the fox. Again, the tower, right? Completely different interpretation from the tarot tower, but it's a tower. It's 3 times we have a tower, which to me also means a higher position. It also means, especially with the Lenormand, can be loneliness. So I feel that you work, doesn't mean to say you're lonely, that's not what I'm getting at, but you more like you work alone, like, well, here, if you look at that, you are there, you are above these people, and in between the top and that and them. So yeah, you're alone, so you have to be able to do that. And some people are cut out for that, you know, they don't want to work in a team and answer to someone above them. Some are more like, well, I want to be a manager or higher up position. And yeah. Also can be that this is a freelancer, I feel. In that sense, and then still maybe working, then you will still be employed, right, by other people. So you will still have to answer to someone who employs you. In any case, moving on to these cards, the three of Wands. We don't have the 3. Oh yes, there. Duh. I'm confused now. Confused myself. 3 of Wands can mean go international or travel, business travel. Well, since it is an international global thing, I feel that again it's possibly also related to this, the different cultures, backgrounds, opinions, views, and variety, the variety of what you work with. And it doesn't have to be people per se, it can also be well, not like different races or cultures per se, but just different people, different backgrounds, because of that global thing comes up there as well. And you may indeed travel for that. It is also a good omen financially as well, that yeah, things really going well. It could mean that this could also mean that you are going abroad, or maybe you do indeed travel for your work, for the work that you would love to do, of course, right? I'm not reading what you're doing right now. This is about what you could do, what really would make you, would suit you, you know, how you could support yourself properly. And the Hanged Man, I feel that, well, a different perspective. There will also be a lot of changes. You will have to be flexible and not need a steady footing. I really do feel you're not going to work from an office, from a set desk. So, for instance, that you're going to maybe visit people at their homes or at their workplace, or I don't know, not in an office, not always, because he doesn't have his feet on the ground, and yeah, it's the different perspectives, looking at things a different way, so you can indeed deal with all these different views and opinions and people and etc. that's going on. You need to be flexible. You need to be able to look at things from a different perspective constantly, right? If you're dealing with a housewife, it's different from dealing with a president director of an international company, for instance. It's just examples. I'm just giving examples here, right? And so you have to be flexible, and I do feel also because of the house, because that makes me feel the gate is open to that house. It makes me feel I see you going to that house, but it's not your house. It's someone else's house or a different company. Maybe for your line of work that would make you happy, you will have to go to people's houses or to visit companies, like a representative, for instance, or a salesman or whatever. That you visit other people, other companies. Like in my country, we also have people who are caretakers or nurses that go to people's houses every day to bathe these people, help them get dressed, etc., etc. Well, then you're also going to people, so it can be. I don't see you sitting in a fixed workplace because of that hanged man. But I do think it's these two combined, the house and the tower. This can be a government organization. It can also be combined with a house, a family-owned business, but also a business about care. I feel care come up. Something to do with care. And it can be anything. It could be social working, could be coaching, could be psychology, could be nursing, because of this card. Because that's making feel good. It's about feeling good, feeling happy, homely. And this is an organization. And with the fox, that is a bit of a funny one, because it usually speaks of a normal, regular job, 9-to-5 job. But I just said that I don't think that's it. I see more, because the fox is he's going away from the farm here in this setting. I feel that here, he is not the authority. The rooster on the fence, he's the one in power, because he is, successfully chasing away the fox. So I feel that, again, that is linked to this. Like, you're not on the top, in the top position. You aren't here either. You do work alone. You have skills, you have abilities. And I feel it's more that. So yes, you could be employed, but you're not working behind a desk, maybe not even a regular 9-to-5 thingy, not the normal regular thing, like you go to work, you put your bag down and you sit at your desk behind a computer, and that's what you do. You work there, and then 5 o'clock you go home. Not like that. It's not like that. I see this more like really getting orders from the rooster, and then you're off doing it. You have to go do your thing. And it's a similar thing here. And it's basically what I said. I can't tell you, like, well, you're going to be a plumber. It could even be a plumber, because however silly that sounds, as a plumber, you would go to people's houses, to help them out, to fix their problem. And you would also have to deal with all kinds of different people, because you would get to different people's houses, rich people, poor people, snobs, nice people, you know. So it could even be that. And there's nothing wrong with being a plumber. I know a guy who actually is a plumber and he loves it. He absolutely loves it because of all these different people he gets to deal with and going to people's houses, and the sense of freedom, because he is not, this sense, in a way, sense of freedom, because he isn't sat behind a desk all day long. You know, he gets to go out there on his own, do his job, meet people, new people every day, and he just loves doing that. So it could even be that, or something similar. And yeah, the tower, I do feel that the tower is also similar to what I just said, that it's not fixed, it's different every day. It's like, maybe you will have to occasionally get out of your comfort zone because you're dealing with all these different people or different views and opinions, and yeah, going to different places. So maybe you do have to go out of your comfort zone. I do feel more, it's a high up position, and well, it's you're on the move. I do feel that you're on the move for this job. You know, visiting people or companies or whatever. And I had a chakra card with that. The money card is a sacred chakra card. Money, finances, power, generosity, abundance. So maybe it's something in the financial business, I don't know, but this is also about equally giving and receiving, being able to do that. And many people have a problem with that it frightens them, the thought of having a lot of money. And however weird that may sound, and it can be quite overwhelming, you know, the thought of having, you know, like say $100 million or something, like, oh my god. But money is also energy. It's giving and receiving energy. It's an exchange, right? It goes around and around. You're supposed to receive it, and then you also spend it again, so someone else can receive it and someone else can be happy and do something with it that makes them happy, or what they need, and then other money comes back to you. Yeah, there should be this balance and give and take, and a lot of people have a problem with that. Afraid of it, or fearing they don't have enough. And let's see if there was something else that came up with that. Give and receive abundantly. Honor your divine worthiness to be prosperous in all ways. Yeah. So yeah, well, maybe it also speaks of consider the ultimate life and person you came here to be. What beliefs and perceptions of money might that person have? Consider how this version of you will be a great steward of abundance for the good of all, and begin to walk that path. The law of attraction will manifest your beliefs. Open and allow expansive energy when thinking about money. Be generous with yourself and others. Wherever you are on the money path, be ever grateful for the gifts and lessons it brings to your life. Embrace abundance and welcome in money. Use it consciously and pass it along. Because that's what is supposed to happen with money. We know we're not supposed to put it in a pot, and it's supposed to, well, when you have abundance, you can actually just also spend it, and then there's this flow, and then it will come back to you as well, if you trust that. And yeah, maybe it's also to do with working in a financial business, I don't know. All this resonates, and you know, maybe doing what you want to do, the work that you really would like to do, you don't take action to get going with that because you're afraid that your your finances, your financial position will go down the drain, or it won't work out. But then there is the Three of Wands card, which is a very good omen when it comes to finances. It will be successful. It will be successful. I hope that it helped. Again, I can't really tell you you're going to be a plumber, you're going to be a carpenter, you're going to be this, that, or the other, or you should do this, that, or the other. I can just tell dynamics from this. So I hope that will trigger something in you that you've already contemplated, or you know, maybe something just came up like, oh my god, yes, that's it. And you know, that just fits the description. But it's very important. You will have influence. You have a lot of skills. All the stuff that I said about the Kuan Yin in this card, that position, being this connector, mediator, bridge builder, sort of, you're in the middle of things. Right. Okay. Thanks for watching. Please let me know if this was helpful. I am really curious about that. I really am. So please let me know, and I'm going to move on to the numbers 2. Right. Numbers 2, the yellow people. I now suddenly feel drawn to put the raven here. I don't know why. Maybe that means something to you. I feel like I have to show it to you. Raven. Maybe you want to look up the meaning of raven as a power animal, as a totem. Maybe it means something to you. I really feel now that I have to even hold it. That's odd. Don't know why. It's about raven is basically going in the dark, so you can bring light there. Not being afraid of your shadows, and going in the dark where your shadows are, the things that you keep hidden, don't want to see, don't want to confront, don't want to think of, and you're not conscious, really often not conscious of those things anymore. But it is important when Raven comes up to go there, to explore the dark in you, which is not evil, right? I'm not talking about evil, just your shadow things that maybe scare you, and so much that you hid them in the dungeons of your memory. And then when you go there, then you actually bring light there. That's basically the idea, to bring light to this shadow side, so you can then accept it and embrace it, and if need be, let go of what is there, what is hidden there. But there's much more to it. There's a whole lot more to it. It's also a shapeshifter, etc., and connected to the Celtic goddess Morrigu. And yeah, just if this somehow does something then to you, then look it up. You know, really look it up, and don't go for all this life and death bollocks about Raven and the Morrigu. I always so dislike that. Just look for good sources of totem birds, animals, and power animals. Just Google it. Right. We're going to have a look at the cards. What have we here? I am going back and forth diagonally and etc. through the cards. That's why basically to me they sort of are a story altogether. A whole lot of them. So we have workshops and seminars, we have past life issue, we have indigo, and then we have the Fool card, the King of Swords, and the Four of Swords. Let's see if I already want these. I'll show those in a minute, I think. Well, I'll show them to you now. The Lenormand card is the Garden, the Ring, and the Cross. I feel there is something that you want to do, but you should first investigate it more, explore the options, learn about it, get information on it, get knowledgeable about it, get wisdom about it, make a plan, kind of a structure, so you know what you're going to do, how you're going to go about it, what the best way to do what you want to do, how to set it up, how to make that move. I'm getting that from the workshops and seminars and the King of Swords. And past life issues, there could be that in the past life that you did something that already it was very similar or the same, or it could be that something from a past life is blocking you from doing that, and then you need to clear energy in a way, if that is the case. If it is blocking you, stuff from a past life. But it also could, it's both, it's mixed, a mixed message in that sense, because if you were already doing this in a past life, then you, or something to do with it, something similar, then if you tap into your intuition, which you can do, because we have the indigo card, which means you're very intuitive, then you already know what sort of thing it is that you aspire. Right? So if you're having doubts about that, you really already know. You just have to tap into your intuition and listen to your intuition. And it's also indigos also are a bit of the rebel type of people. They bring about change, innovation. They're also like leaders. And it doesn't mean to say you have to become a leader per se, but I see that I interpret it that you will have an influence in whatever it is that you should do or want to do. You will have an influence. You will set the tone, so to speak. It's not like you're going to be a wallflower and be on the phone with a headset on or whatever, and no one is seeing you. You're just a number. No way. You're going to be seen. You're going to be heard. You're going to set a tone, and that can even be as a receptionist. A receptionist, your aura, how you do things, how you answer the phone, how you greet people, and so. In that sense, that's what I mean, setting a tone. Then you also have influence, because you are the first impression of the company as a receptionist. And so then you are influential as well. You set a tone. So think broad with these things that I'm saying. Don't think like, oh, now I'm going to be a leader and I'm going to have my own company. And it could be, yeah, sure, it could very well be. But there's all these things, these tendencies, these dynamics can also be found in normal jobs. And normal jobs, there's a lot of people who just want a normal job, they just want a normal job that makes them happy, Like I said in the previous set of cards, some people are really totally happy to be a plumber. Other people are completely happy and fulfilled to be a nurse. Others have the same thing with being a bookkeeper. So look for the tendencies in you know what it is you want to do. You know that. You have the inspiration, sorry, not the inspiration, you have the sensitivity, the intuition to tap into that, to know. And maybe not exactly the right job yet, but the sort of thing, you know if you like to work with numbers, and if you'd like to, for instance, then maybe be in ICT or bookkeeping, or if that's totally really not your thing, you're more with people or you're more with language, whatever, you know at least that. And then you do have to take your time to figure it out. The seminars, maybe you should follow seminars and workshops to get more knowledge and inside information about how to do it, how to run it, how to set it up, how to go about it, etc. Also the King of Swords, and yeah, he can do that. He's got this discernment. He's not controlled by his emotions, but he knows what he stands for. He knows what he wants, and he's going after it. But don't rush it. Take your time to do it. Just investigate. Take your time to do it. This is a slow card. It might also take some time before you can get it off the ground. But that doesn't mean to say you have to get deterred by it. Stick to it. And with these cards, the garden is about the people, public relations, network, and I feel that it might help you to already start, because you have to go slow, right? Because of this card. Don't rush it. Don't make foolhardy decisions. But it might help you to already start networking Look for information again in the right circles, the right people who are in that line of work or business, with the seminars as well, the workshops, but also maybe just people you already know, or find these people, maybe just a forum or a website or whatever, just find that circle of like-minded people who are already in the business or line of work, and start talking about it. Start making small steps towards it. And it is something. Well, this could have to do with it. It could be that it has to do with religion or spirituality, but because that is then limited to a small group. I feel more that it is to do with what your passion is, which could be seen as your spirituality, right? It is in a way still spiritual, what inspires you. So it has to be really your passion, where your heart is in, that really, really resonates with you, really connects you with your higher goal, your higher goal, and again, if you go to your higher self, go up, 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 you have this intuition, you know what it is. And then that's also that's the circle where you have to make small steps. Begin to make small steps. So there could be, for instance, that you do volunteers work in that circle, or you start blogging online, or you start following someone else's blog concerning that, and by that you will get more information, because this is also about learning, getting information and investigating, exploring, discovering, finding out, and you can do that. And it's something completely different from what you're doing now. Completely different. Don't push it. Don't, just go slow. Take small steps. Yeah. And then the chakra card with that is intuition. Intuition, trust, insight, awareness, guidance. And you can get guidance as well within this circle. The birds of a feather, so to speak. Your tribe, the people that resonate with you on this. And that could be maybe it could be that maybe you feel called to do workshops and seminars, or do readings online, or maybe coaching, or that kind of thing. But then you need clients. Then by networking, blogging, or networking in your own circle that you already know, spreading the news by talking about it, so people know that you're going to do that and you want to do that. You start to shift, energy will start to shift, things will begin to move if you do that. And follow your intuition, really follow your intuition, guidance and trust. Yeah, I hope that resonates with you. And I do feel that you will have to do some work on self first as well. That's probably why you have to take it slow. And I think that's also why this raven wanted to be here and be shown. You first will have to do some soul searching or whatever. Maybe cut some cords or negative energy from your life. Yeah, so I'm sorry that I can't be more detailed. You do have a lot of qualities. You will be influential. You will have set a tone, and maybe it is. Now you will have to find out more yourself first. Find out more. You really have to find out more. Get more information. How to do it. How to set it up. But you know yourself what it is. You know it yourself. So please let me know if this resonated with you. I hope it did. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't get anything more from it. That's what it But it says, and again, this spiritual thing, yeah, I think you do have a very strong spiritual side to yourself. And yeah, I feel many of you will be a leader. I feel many of you who are now watching this and choose this will be a leader, one way or another. Yeah. Could even be that you're going to do something outside of your job that you now have. Next to that. And then that will then become profitable. Yeah, I think that is for some of you that will happen as well. That you will just start doing something that you really want to do, not thinking you can make money out of it, and then all of a sudden, bang, there is demand. People want it, and they're willing to pay for it. That could happen as well for a number of you. So if you feel drawn to do something, even if it doesn't make you money, but it would make you feel good, it would fulfill you, make you happy, then do it. Then do it. Again, this funny, cleanse your body. Yellow, cleanse your body. Because of what I said with the shadow work. Interesting. Well, anyway, I hope it resonated. And then I'm going to move on to the numbers 3. Thank you for watching. And please let me know. Give me some feedback. Numbers 3. The orange people. Cherish yourself. Oh, I love that. Cherish yourself. I'm going to pause it. I have to get a drink. I'll be right back. Right, numbers 3. I hope the battery of my camera is still is going to hold up. I can't see. I can't tell. If not, I will do another recording to finish it off. So what we have for you, the orange people, Earth Angel. You are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. Well, that is beautiful. That in itself says quite a lot. Power animal. And we have sacral chakra. And then we have 3 major arcana cards. The Star, the Magician, the Lovers. And we have the Letter, the Cloud, Clouds, right, and the Snake. Well, let's have a look at that. I'm sorry. So you do have to do something with your spiritual energy, because you are very spiritual. You have this higher thing going on, Earth Angel. This doesn't come up for nothing, for no reason at all. You're a light worker. You are a light worker, and because this comes up with this reading, you have to do something with that, with, you know, whichever form or shape you want that to be in. The power animal I see as well, maybe you are drawn to animals. If not, for me this is more like connecting with nature, your roots. It also, again, being intuitive, listening to your intuition. So you are connected to Earth and the energies, all energies that are around, and really listen to your intuition, because this isn't even a horse. This is a unicorn. That's a unicorn. And this, well, if this isn't England, you know, it looks like Glastonbury in England. I love England. So maybe also this gives me a sense of home, of belonging, because that's how I feel about England, and especially the area, the Somerset area. I think I've had some past lives there. I really feel that I belong there. So it's something that makes you feel that you belong, that you are home. Not necessarily even in an area, but within the line of work and within yourself, especially within yourself. Not even that work, that adds to it. That work that you would do would add to it, but it's mostly within yourself. Feeling home and comfortable within. Like you're really doing what you came here to do. Wow, yes, that feels very strong. Very powerful. And the sacral chakra, well, again says you're highly sensitive. So to chemical toxic stuff and toxic people then as well, processed foods, etc., etc. But I'm more like the sacral chakra is about movement, spontaneity, femininity, feminine energy. It's also about relating, so reaching out, being creative, being flexible. Yeah, I love that. So it's working with people, relating, right? It doesn't mean to say just partner love relationships, just relating with other people, creative energy, creation, inspiration. It's really your passion, following your passion, and work. It is to do working with people. It has to do with that. And then the three major arcana cards is like, well, the star is typically healing. It's also a very high connection. This star there, the star. I feel that this is you and that's your soul family. It's really doing what you're supposed to be doing. It also tells me that you need to take a break regularly, a time out to recharge your own batteries, especially because you are so sensitive. You're going to need that, otherwise you're going to deplete yourself. And you have all the skills, whatever it is that you want to do. You know, it can be coaching, it can be healing, it can be reading, in any kind of setting. It doesn't have to be like a coaching practice. It can also be that you spread that light and love on the work floor somewhere. You know, it can be anything. But you, whatever it is, you do have everything that you require to be successful at it, to manifest it. You have the inner balance, the yin and the yang, the infinity symbol. It's absolutely wonderful. And well, all the elements are there: air, water, fire, earth, etc. Because of the chalice, the pentacle, the sword, and the, now I'm forgetting one. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. All the elements, oh, the fire, of course, duh, are there.